The number of channels is increasing, the number of ways to communicate is increasing, there are different settings within every channel, and there are up to hundreds and even thousands of different settings. So, comparing all those characteristics, it's becoming clear that this is the field that needs ML to optimize communications with the users. So, what is a digital passport? Digital passport is a specific sort of service. It's a dynamic profile using the functions of endless enriching of data, and it's using data collected from CRM systems, browser, mobile apps. All of these things are endlessly used to catch unique users, define its characteristics. And all of this is legal, by the way. So the users are categorized based on profile, and that helps to optimize context-based ad, so that the ad actually reaches the appropriate audience at a most reasonable cost. So we get a technology that works in Russia. We can work with personified and depersonified data. This is a streaming data processing service that almost in real-time processing data. It's practically real-time marketing with your audience. We call it the conversion is the highest. And the user gets one button-based system. Apply a recommendation. That's it. As a matter of fact, the system connects to a dedicated channel via API, and it can change dynamically conversion rate, value, and just plays this complicated negotiation game with the internet giants that sell you data. We have a case. In 2 months, working with the bank, project increased the conversion rate on mortgage applications by 70%. We work with the auto dealership, it increased conversion by 36%. So based on a dynamic profile, we see the increase by 20, 30, sometimes 70% better than traditional technologies. We understand very well what's the difference between us and global and local clients. Local clients like Aleksey and K50 use algorithm-based optimization so that the user itself can actually define all of the settings. We don't have that. We only have we can have actually can eliminate all of those extra headaches with the settings. It's 30 days free. You can connect and see the results for yourself. 1 ruble per every passport per month. Now we are testing pilots within Sberbank, a little bit with VTB Bank, Sber Leasing, and some additional clients. Rolf, which is a significant car dealership, Barzomi, the beverage producer, and other companies such as insurance companies. We evaluate our global market of $20 billion, and Russian market is about 700 billion rubles, not dollars. $20 billion global market, 700 billion rubles in Russia. We actually have a few achievements. We won in the Sberbank Accelerator. Bortnik Foundation supported us. We are ready to attract investment. We have 30 people in a team, 4 software architects for different directions. Thank you. I'm ready to answer your questions. Aleksey, thank you. I've been listening to you and I'm thinking, they're saying that Russian startups are anxious about global markets. Well, that's just talk. Another myth is that measures for support in Russia do not work. But they do, and the result is decent. So, yeah, I'm handing on the floor to our experts. Yes, this project is also a joy to see. I have actually encountered in Sber Accelerator, and I see that there's traction, you guys. So first and foremost, I'm wishing you guys the best of success. And I have a question. You know, I am concerned about the fact that naturally this solution can make only one link in this chain smart. So we have this chain of sales, and we can take only one link and make it smart. We can specifically increase the efficiency of context-based ads. But in the long term, it's a question whether these solutions will remain popular in the web. compared to wider portfolio-based offerings, which allow to make the broader range of companies' activities more efficient, not context-based ads. An example here can be Databricks from America. I think they have raised almost $1 billion of venture investment, business angels investment, and they have the broadest range of products to work with corporate data, including the efficiency of context-based ads. So, how are you going to compete with those long-term solutions, again, in the long term? Or maybe your solution can be integrated into somebody else's third-party solution. So, how are you going to compete with Sberbank? That's the hidden question. But no, we're not competing. We're working with Sberbank. That's what I would say. Everybody says that at first. I'm just kidding. Vadim, thank you so much. Tatiana. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm also wondering how you're going to compete not only with Sberbank but also with Facebook and others. So the question is about all of the stages, starting from data collection till the improvement of targeting, etc. There's a huge number of tools and many players who are using some other resources for that, such as Facebook has a giant user base where you can track behavior, likes, whatever, to understand what the users do, why they do that, how to target those users, etc. Question, why you guys? I mean, the algorithm is good, but why will you have access to data? Will you have the access to data? And can you list the analytical systems that you're comparing yourself to? Because if we speak about the client's needs, it's not about analytics, it's more about targeting. And they have other tools for that as well in different categories. The tools have different classes. So how do you position yourself against those? And therefore, there's another question. Which players in the market can actually replicate your idea? And what's the value which you aggregate, such as the user passport? And looks like your unit of value is the passport. How can you take the data and leverage something around them? How can you leverage negotiation power in the market to use that for your advantage? I would suggest that you take a look at the Credit Core example in the US. This and other services that have that provide additional data, such as user passports, for different business models, not only the ones that you describe. Yeah, I mean, set your own standards. That's what you mean. Tatiana, thank you. Straight to the point. Well said. I'm afraid that I will just I'll just say more of the same. How are we going to compete with Yandex? How are you going to compete with Sberbank? Yeah, I mean, we need to support our guys. Yes.
Or challenging those giants, or maybe some of them will become one. Well, then you have to understand what's going to be your future. Maybe you will sell yourself to a giant like Yandex, or how? What is your action plan for the case when you will grow and become so efficient, so you will become noticeable for big players and you will start eating piece of their pie, the one that they can eat themselves? So this is a question which is still open to me. Maybe you have answered to this question. If not, then in the nearest future you try to answer that. It's very nice to support projects like this. So you've been the last one to speak. Can you make it a resume? Yes, of course. First of all, I would like to say that, Aleksey, every time when I talk to you, and we've been talking to you, your presentation becomes better, thesis becomes clearer, and I do see the progress, which is good, wonderful. But still, I think that you're missing super focus, because perhaps it is possible to be a Shakespeare, but how experts look at it aesthetically, even if you are confident in your own success. In your presentation, perhaps you've had an example. You've looked at AppsFlyer, global competitor. I know this company since 2012, when there was 7 people working there. I know them very well. Deep in their soul, they've been looking high, and they became a standard right now of mobile applications. But at the same time, they started with very clear, small products. They've been taking the section, they've been building business model, and then they've been extending product to a certain width. They were becoming more platform-based solution. So if right now you will say that we are going to overcome Facebook and we have better quality, it's not a fact that experts are going to believe you, or clients, or anybody else. Try to believe in the core where you are the best in the world. So one specific value, make this value into something beautiful for your clients, so that they would buy you, so that they would use you, and they would become ambassadors of your brand before your previous assets that who've seen your product, they say, well, we don't really understand. So this skepticism, like we've heard from the side of experts. Thank you very much. You think globally, but you act tactically properly. So it's a good advice for everybody.